So this week we're gonna learn stretch and the command mirror, and then we're also gonna learn hatch. So we're gonna learn hatching. So I did go in and started putting your guys' projects in, so you guys can like start looking for the last 9 weeks. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do the laser cutting on metal. The metal material for it, it's pretty expensive because you have to get a certain type of metal to cut on it, because if we cut on it, it's gonna rust. So that's one of the things. So we don't want you guys to have rusty parts. So the metal and the material for it costs too much. And then so I did talk to James, see if we can do anything else. I did, when you guys all left, I brought in a little tile, so then I kind of like trim stuff on the tile, so it can only raster on it. It doesn't allow you to make any engraving, but the raster still looks nice. So I had it up here, and then I don't know where it went, so. But I did take a picture of it, so I will upload that as soon as this thing's gonna let it load. Yeah, for some reason the internet is super slow on my phone connecting, but so just something to plan out for the next 9 weeks, because we're coming up on half of the semester already. So this week we're gonna learn stretch, mirror, hatching, and then I'm gonna actually teach you guys how to do a little aerial view of your neighborhood. If you don't want to do your actual house, you can just do like somewhere nearby, that's fine. That's gonna come into with your hatching, because I'm gonna teach you guys how to hatch, like, if it's, then you're gonna learn how to change line types too. So like, for example, if there's a fence, you're gonna have to change it to a fence post, the line type. If it's like water or something like that, you change it to a different hatch. You guys are gonna also learn how to create a legend and import in a legend. So you guys are gonna learn how to use a table and how to put a table in and modify the table, things like that. And then you guys will also start learning symbol next week, where I'm gonna teach you guys how to do the laser. And then James has a video of how to just adjust, like, the setting on it. And then in that, we're also gonna teach you guys like symbols, as like some of the welding symbols, things like that, some of the architecture symbols, engineering symbols, and mechanical symbols. So, and then as we get going, you guys will start learning how to do those too, because those symbols are going to be what you guys are going to start using on your projects. So then like how we know if you're cutting a hole through a laser, the laser's cutting a hole, things like that. So, and we are going to have a quiz next week. It's going to just be what we learn. Like I said, it's not cumulative, it's just what we learn for the week of I have to give you guys every 4 weeks, there it has to be like a quiz, because we don't have midterm or finals. And then so the 9 weeks will be your phone airplane design. We still want to keep that one, since we've been doing that, and we have a bunch of phone paper, so we want to use it all up. And then your wood design will be what like how Mark's was having. So I'll pull it up, I'll give you guys, it gives you guys a little examples. So I stole these offline, so these are not what it was made here. I did not want to show you guys mine, because mine did not fly anywhere. I was like last place, because I think I didn't understand I understood the assignment, but yeah. So, but then at the same time, I didn't think that it had to be functional. So yes, it has to be functional. So it was funny, because I had it. They gave us, you guys will have an 8x11 kind of foam sheet, like kind of like a piece of paper. So I actually drew my whole plane, like the whole body off of that 8x11, and my wings were like super tiny, so I didn't even go anywhere. So yeah, so these are just some cool ideas. You guys can cut out those foam paper, and then this will be what you'll be drawing in your CAD, and then the laser will cut it out for you guys. So these are some of the requirements. Of course, it has to fly, and then need to have a slot for a cutout for a coin, so it can be anywhere from any coin. So yeah, so then you guys have to remember, it has to like fit like tightly in there. Mine was like super loose, because I measured it to exact actual width of the coin. So then
it's got to fly with the coin in it?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so that's coin's gonna give it some weight, so it can fly from the tip. Yeah, and then we'll be flying these out on October 18 on Wednesday. So whoever planes make it the farthest is gonna get a prize. So yeah, so kind of like something competition, has some fun now, and starting out these projects are gonna start getting, you guys are gonna having a due date for these projects. So it's really important because the laser, there's only certain time where we can use the laser because we don't want to, you know, take other projects away from other class that are using the laser. And then so like I said, with this one we're gonna be flying it out. And then this is a wood design here. So anything like this is fine. And then here, these are requirement is it needs to stand up. It needs to be make up of multiple parts. You can't just make one part. Yeah, and then things that like, okay, this is my cutout. Yeah, so and it needs to be able to stand up by itself. So something similar like this could be. And then with these, since Jane wants to incorporate like as a class style, so then we're gonna start doing presentation on these projects too. So it doesn't have to be like a full-on PowerPoint, but at least if you guys want to use a PowerPoint, that's fine. But it's just letting us know what command you use, and then why you chose that project, and then what did you learn from creating that project. So, like for example, say like I wanted to create arc, like, but then my arc was too big, and then so then the project didn't stand up or something like that. So you have to modify things like that, what you learn. And then he also still wanted to keep the coaster. So the coaster is going to be, I didn't have a picture because I couldn't really find a good coaster because we're going to cut out a cork board. So then not a lot of coaster was cut out cork board. They're usually like wood or certain other materials. So as I find that one, I'll put one in there. But then it's just a little coaster. You can do design on it. I was asking James because last semester I actually was subbing for his class, and I actually taught that laser time when they were doing their coaster. So he said he had a picture, but for some reason he didn't send it to me. So I told him that I'll upload it as we go. But just some ideas of what the next 9 weeks gonna look like. I told James I didn't want to go more into teaching you guys more commands because you guys are gonna start learning those in CAD 24. And then one of the things James did said that as we progress towards like week 10 or 11, he will want you guys to start learning how to draw ISO. So then those going to be those 3D view. So, and then so those are just some. And then we're going to do the engraving on wood. So something like this. So if someone made like a little checker and then a business card and then just a little plaque. And then with this one, there's no requirements. So of course, you have to remember your limited resources. So depending on what type of, like if you guys are getting like a 4x4 inch square, things like that. So you guys have to remember about your limitation of your resource. But other rest of that requirements, there's no requirements. You guys can do, it's a free. So you guys can do cutouts, you guys can just like engrave. But the only thing, like I said, it has to have raster or engravement on it because this one is in a wood, engraving on wood kind of thing. But otherwise than that, there's no limitation to your design. Does that sound like a good idea? And then I was thinking maybe start putting like maybe the tile. If you guys want to do tile, we can do that 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we still have some time. And then 16 will be another quiz, and then this will be what you had learned for those 4 weeks, and then the final is just what you learned, like just giving me what you guys had learned, what you guys are like, what you guys were able to do, what did you like about the class, things like that. That's what the final is. I didn't want to give you guys a full-on like final cumulative like things. Yeah. So and then week 18, James does like to do a potluck, so he did say that if you guys would like to do a potluck, so we just have dinner, go home. Yeah, so it will be Monday, so I didn't want you to make you guys come on Wednesday also, because I know that some of you guys are taking classes, you guys are having finals those weeks too. But that's what the rest of the 9-week class look like. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. And then these personal projects are going to start being due every 2 weeks. So then, like I said, you guys are going to start having a time frame, a turn end point for these, because these are your personal projects. 2 weeks should be good enough for you guys to do those, and then you guys will be able to use a laser also. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on week 7. So here is a video of Jane lecturing on.
In this video, I'm going to go over the stretch command. So the stretch is found here in modify. And the stretch command is one of the ones that we have to pick the command first. It has to be verb noun when we pick it. So I want to pick the command first. And now it's going to ask me to select my objects. And when I pick my objects, I have to pick them with a crossing window. So even if I do this, it's not going to work. I have to do a crossing window to pick that. I have to pick it in one selection, because if I pick it in 2, it's not going to change the second one. It's only going to go with the first thing I picked. So I'm going to pick stretch again. So if I pick these, like this, the line, the vertical line, and the circle are just going to move around because they're all the way inside the rectangle, and the 2 horizontal lines are going to actually be stretching. So if I pick there, and enter. Now it's asking for my base point. So where do I want to hold on to it? If you're just going a certain distance away, you can pick anywhere. So if I just wanted to go 2, I just pick arbitrary point for my first point, then point until it's 2. But you can see, as I'm moving it, the relationship between the line and the circle is staying exactly the same. It's just those other 2 lines that are stretching. So I'm going to point straight over here, say 2, and stretch that out. So you can see it moved that over, connected the lines. Let's say I had another line here, and I actually wanted to stretch this back from here to that corner. So now I can stretch here to here, just do that same window, pick that as my first point, and that as my second point, and then go ahead and delete that line. Let's say I just wanted to move this line and that line over, and wanted to leave the circle where it was. I couldn't use the stretch command. So if I did that, that circle would move also. And if I did that and that, only that line would move. So what I can do is go over to the Express tools and go to Stretch Multiple. Now I can actually make multiple selections and they'll all stretch. So I'll pick that selection and that selection, pick a base point, and then go over my 2 inches. And so those 2 both moved over. The alias for stretch is just S, so just S, enter. Now I can pick my objects to stretch. Maybe I'll stretch those back, the 2 inches, just to get back to my original. And that's it.
Do you guys have any question on stretch? So I know James has an older AutoCAD on there when he lectures, so it's gonna be here. So like you said, S hotkey, and then it's gonna give you stretch, and it's gonna be in. For some reason, where is it going? Expressed up there. And then it's going to be here, stretch multiple. So that's what he was doing, stretch multiple. So that's how you find stretch multiple here. So it'd be an express tool up here. And then here's mirror.
In this video, we're going to go over the mirror and join commands. So mirror here on the modified panel with an alias of MI, it's a real good command when you have something that's symmetrical. It's the same on both sides. So you can draw one side of it, as I've done here, and we're going to mirror it to make the other side. So I'm going to go to mirror. I'm going to pick my objects and hit enter. Now it asks me for the first point of a mirror line. So this is kind of, where do I want this to flip over? So I'm going to pick that endpoint. And you can see, as I move my mouse around, it's flipping straight over that little line that it's drawing. So usually when I'm mirroring, you can mirror straight across or straight up or down. So I don't actually have to pick that grip. As long as I'm somewhere along that line. I can click and it goes away. But read the command line. It asks, do I want to erase the source object? So yes or no. And no, I want both halves. So I'm saying no. Now I have both halves. But now I have two separate lines here on the bottom. So I want to join those together. So I'll just go to the slide out on modify and join right here. Now I can pick that line and that line, hit enter, and it combines it together. So I can do it again, join that line and that line, enter. Now that's one line. So now it's one good shape.
Do you guys have any question about mirror? So as you can see, he got the mirror up here. So it's going to be in your home tools, and then it's going to be these two triangles that are back to each other, and then that'll be your mirror tool. So then the hotkey for mirror is MI, and then it will pop up here. So mirror. And then I'm gonna actually teach you guys hatch. So he doesn't have a video for that, so I'm gonna actually show you guys. So I created a little kind of house thingy here. So this is what I was talking about, how it gives you guys the little, just top aerial view, but this is not top aerial view. I just kind of like create a house so you guys know it's there. If it's a, it will be a aerial view. You guys won't even see like these kind of doors. So you guys will see the top, but I just wanted to show you guys just a little layout how it looks like. So hatch is what you do if you wanted to give it like a assigned material. So then the command for hatch is HA, and then it'll pop up hatch, and it gives you all these different type of little kind of fill-ins. So I wanted to give it, say, I'm going to make this part stone. So it will come here to gravel. So I wanted to make this gravel. Right, and it's going to give it that, so it's going to give it like kind of like I said, a material. And then say I also wanted to make that stone. So enter, and then since it's already gravel, I'm going to come here, make these gravel also. So if you accidentally, like how I did it, you come up here, remove. Doesn't want to remove. Okay, so you can delete and then hatch again, HA, come here.
It doesn't give you the option to do the multi like they did on the other one.
So it doesn't, and then because when you hatch like you hatch an item, it becomes a unit.
Oh, okay.
So like that. So then you will have, remember I taught you guys how to do the explode. So then you have to explode, but then when you explode, the hatch becomes all single line. Yeah. So I like to come in and hatch it like singly, and then go back and hatch it again. So then let's say I wanted this to be, so I give you a little object and then what they are, and I was thinking of creating that, but then you guys can go ahead and start, just fill those out. So for water, say I wanted maybe a different hatch. So I said, oh, you know what? I wanted the water to be, this color here. And I'll fill it in. That's water. And then you guys would come in and write what the hatch you guys use down here.
And the hatch is gonna tell us once we click on it. Is it gonna tell us what it is?
Yes, so it gives you the name here. If you can, like, say, like, for example, if you go down here, like gives you, like, all these are like, ACAD, ISO. Whether you come in here, it gives you like a number. Yeah.
Oh.
So hatch again, and say I wanted to do these bricks, right? And then say I didn't want it this big, so you could actually come here and change your hatch size. So I could do like 0.25, so then they get smaller. And then you can also change the angle. Say I didn't want it going straight, I actually wanted to go like per the pool. So you can actually come here to angle, and then you can see it moving. And then say I want it maybe smaller, 0.15. So that would be your brick here. And then say I wanted to actually make this gravel. Let's make it sand. So come here, make that sand. And then, so then the trees, say I will come here, hatch. And then I wanted to make it, one of these colors here. And then you can actually come here and change the color too. And I will make it like something like that. And then you can come here, instead of yellow, change it to like a lighter blue. Make it into a actual pool color here. And then, so hatch here. I didn't want to do. Okay, hatch. And then let's see, I wanted this to the grass, earth. That's what it is. So some of these are already given to you guys because some of these are like a standard. So that's why they're already labeled like how these are here. So say let's do 1. Actually, I don't like 1, so let's do 3. So something like that, and then you'll come up here, and then you actually write in the hatch name that you use here.
Okay.
Yeah, you can even hatch the windows. Let's hatch it to something like that. For some reason, it doesn't allow me to remove the hatch. So you can pick a point. Pick a point is picking inside anywhere like this. That's picking a point. Say you didn't want to do that, and you wanted to select objects, right? So object is going to select everything. So see like how it just hatched that whole circle. And say I didn't want that, and I actually wanted just the inside right here between these two circles. I agree, just snap this on. So like I just want to do that. So that's where pick a point and then select is different. So let's say I wanted this to be that, since it's at 3. See like how I had it at 3, so does it show me anything? So I have to do it smaller. To do it.
Maybe less, like 10.
Okay. So let's do point. There it goes. It starts showing. It has to be like super small. So there.
Oh yeah.
So something like that, and then I will put this in there so you guys can practice this, and then fill out in your legend here. And then to get this legend table, because for your aerial view, you guys are gonna need this legend table. So to get this legend table, you could do table, TAB, and then it's gonna be here, table, and then it's gonna give you how many, sorry. It's gonna give you how many columns you want, how many rows you want. And then all I really want is just your object here, label what they are and what hatch you use for them. And then we're gonna learn how to change line type too. So for example, this here, this is why a lot of time I do P line instead because it's joined. So like now I'm gonna have to like come in here, click all these lines and change it. Maybe not change that. So then I will have to keep coming to that. So just do J for join. So then now it becomes all one. And then remember he showed you guys how to do the join too here. So this is join. And then I'll come in here and then I will say I want to change the line type. So go ahead and like create your layer. And then let's do this fence. And then let's come here. Oh, that's line weight. Line type, since it's continuous, let's load it. And then say I want it. See like how here it gives you guys gas line. These are some of the common ones that people don't have to change. This is what they use for a wooden post and then a link fence. So
What
we
about
want
iron, like the iron gates?
the iron gates are down. They would be raw iron, but I guess this one doesn't have it. Sometimes people will come and load their own in there too.
Okay.
So the raw iron is just like a bunch of lines together. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a chain link fence. So then come here, click on it, okay, and now I'm gonna change that into that. Wait, sorry, I did the line first. That's why. So let's do property, PRO. Get my property window. Like it's going crazy. So here, and then we're gonna change the layer and then to fence. And then see, as you can see, it changed to the fence. So, and then go ahead and create your legend for fence also. So let's do, so this is where I was telling you guys to start like doing your symbols, things like that too. So to add, you come up here, insert below, and then I'll put a fence. All right, and then come here, line, draw in here. And then remember how we learned how to scale it down. Oh, not scale it, I think it's line
Inside of the legend?
scale, yeah. So you would do like 0.5, did that work? Yeah, so you do 0.5, so that here is what you can do. Come here and scale it a little bit down so you can actually see all those lines and all those like little things. And there, see like how if I didn't scale it down, I only had it like one
Oh, yeah.
little circle. And you can short it down a little bit. See, I short it down. So something like that. So then, okay, so I know that you guys use that line type as your symbol here.
And this wouldn't work for the text, like the text, you want us to use the table, right?
Yeah,
The
so
multi-line?
you can change any text you want to. I just did a basic one. So it's always going to be set on Arial. So these are all the cool text. Of course, you want to do something that's readable. So like, definitely not that, you know. So and then like, you know, just have like readable, like, oh, where did they go? Like definitely not that one too. So like I said, just legible, can change it to anything. A lot of time, a lot of standards, they did use what they called Goth Roman. I think that's what it was called. If I can find it. I guess not. It's not in here no more. They took it out. Yeah. So it used to be Goth Romans, where it's like all just like uppercase.
It's like bold, right?
Mm-hmm, bold and uppercase. So like I said, I just came in, just use a basic one. You can even change your color to your table too. So say I wanted to change the color, see, it will change the color for you. And then you can also, so the table, when you input it in, it's gonna give you this little kind of like already table, but then when you print it, it doesn't show that because it's on def point. Def points means that it doesn't print. So you can actually come in here and then double click. Let's take this off, and then you can come here and you can actually, why is it not? Doesn't want to. There you go. So you can actually come in here and do those color. Oh, it doesn't allow me to edit now. Because usually it will give you, like, you can create booklet there. So you can come in here and then you can start edit border. So then you can make it like to a super thick line. And then these are options, things like that. See like how it's getting you that line type because we're in that layer now. So then let's come in here, do continuous. So see like how it changed?
Yeah, it's thinner.
So those are just pretty cool stuff. And then going back to Hatch. So Hatch will only hatch anything that is joined or closed off. So let's go back to, so I'll show you guys. So if I do something like this, right, and then I say I wanted to hatch that. So I do hatch, and then when I come in here, it's gonna give you a closed boundary cannot be determined because it needs to be closed off. So it gives you these little red circles telling you where it needs to be closed off at. So to get rid of these circles, you do region, REA, and then, so REA, and then region, and then it goes away. So then,
You can hatch it.
no. So you're gonna have to close it. So it back then it didn't let you see, like it will let close it now, but before you had to actually join it to hatch it. Yeah,
Now to region.
yeah. Region is to get rid of those red circles. So expose. So then I can actually do here hatch. This is pretty cool where you can come in here, enter, and then you can actually delete that line. Yeah. And then say, okay, so that's what I wanted to hatch. And then say you actually wanted that line. I'll say I went like this, right? So I accidentally moved my hatch somewhere over here. And I actually wanted to bring it back. So when you move, those points are disappeared. So another way to do it is hatch boundary. Oh. I guess you have to type. I guess hatch generation boundary. Yeah, so you go here, press enter, and it creates that boundary again. So then now you can move it from that point to here, and then you can go ahead and delete that boundary. Yeah, so those are some cool ways to use Hatch. And then with Hatch, you guys, like I said, you guys are gonna this week, you guys are gonna learn how to use, how to do a little aerial view of your neighborhood. So I'll show you guys. So you're gonna be using, so Google Earth. Have you guys ever used Google Earth before? It's funny how it's Google Earth,
Google Earth?
but then you do Earth Google to get there. I'll put the site. So I'll pop up something. It'll pop this website here. So this is actually a pretty fun tool that Google Earth has. In AutoCAD 3D or AutoCAD Civil 3D, that's done by AutoCAD. Google Earth is actually installed into AutoCAD 3D, so then you don't have to come use the website. So let's see.
The Civil 3D, what is that?
Civil 3D is more catered to civil engineers and land surveys. So then those when you do like your survey points and stuff like that, so it will automatically give you your elevations. So you just plug in your points and then Civil 3D will
the measurements of the
automatically,
land, right?
yeah, automatically generate all that for you because since it's combined with Google Earth. Yeah, and then with Civil 3D, you can actually draw like similar to SolidWorks and Fusion 360. So, but then you're using more of like civil stuff. So then, like your pipelines, your poles, your concrete concrete pads, your capacity for those concrete pads too, and environmental landscaping stuff like that.
What CAD is that?
Um,
Is that a certain CAD class? Or?
no,
It's landscaping, right?
it's usually for engineers,
Or
like
surveying?
civil engineers, they learn that. But then you can actually download it because you know how you guys created that Autodesk. So anything that Autodesk create, like Fusion 360, Civil 3D, you guys can actually download it for free as a student. And you guys can mess with it too. So I'm gonna give you guys my parents' address. Not my address. So see, like it will take you exactly pinpoint to their house here. So this is my parents' house, and then you can actually kind of look at the views. It doesn't give you like you know how like you go to Google, and you see people walking and stuff. It doesn't give you that because it gives you like an actual measurement. So say I wanted to come in here and measure their solar panel, right? So that I can actually go to this measure tool here, and then I can actually measure out their solar panel. It's in millimeter.
And that's how people know what you guys
Feet.
got, what you got in your on your property.
Yeah, but this is more of for civil. So then like they don't actually like give you. It doesn't actually give you like a good point, like what is my mom growing in the backyard, like so, and then like you know things like that. But it does give you like at least some features of the aerial view, so you can start measuring. So then like I can measure like okay how big is their roof, so then I can give like an estimation for like roofing, like you know how much roofing material I need and the square footage, and then and you can also do like the fence line starts here, like you know what is the square footage of your fence. And then another thing I like about it is how tall is the house. So then you can come from here to here, so it gives you like an estimation of how tall the house is. So about 25 feet. And then you can actually look at other places. So my parents live pretty close to the airport, so then you can see the airport. You could come in here, like measure the distance from this line to here. A lot of time I do a lot of parking structure, so I will actually come in here because they live pretty close to Winco. So, oh, this is the Fresno County, so they have solar panel cells, so you can't really see. But here's like the parking structure. So, say I wanted to know the distance from each stall. So I'll come in here, so it's 10 feet. And then I want to know what the length of the stall, 20 feet. So those are certain things Google Earth is pretty cool about. So you guys gonna come in here, you're gonna actually snip a, so let's do here. Let's snip. Oh, I need that snip. Okay, snip. So I'm gonna snip this. Fresno County Department. I'm gonna put it in. So let's save it because remember we learned how to do the XREF. So let's save it. And then let's do it. And let's do it to documents. Save. And then I'm gonna come in here now. I'm gonna XREF that. So XREF for XREF. It's gonna pop up your little XREF log here. And then since it's an image, we're gonna do attach image. Remember where we saved it at, documents, come here, open, and say yes, I want it that way. scale it to whatever you want. And then this is where I actually want you guys to come in, because you guys are gonna start drawing 1-to-1. So I actually want you guys to come in here and remember how to use Google Earth. So I'm gonna come in and say, I want to measure what is this the actual building 1-to-1. So then from this point to this point, it's 556 feet. So I'll come here, do a line. Oh, it was this point right here. And then let's change the color so we can see the line. Do it like red. Okay, so we can see the line now. And then now remember how I taught you guys how to do scale. So we're gonna scale. You know, let's change the unit. Let's do it in feet. Okay, so let's scale SC. We're gonna highlight the whole thing and then enter, and then we're gonna do from this point, and remember reference, because we know the actual distance now. So we do R for reference, enter, and then from here to here it was 556 feet. So then now you are drawing 1-to-1. So that's actual the size for the building. So I wanted you guys to come here, take a shot of your neighborhood. Like I said, you don't have to do your house. You can do like your neighbor's house or anywhere around there, like how I did the Fresno County. I did my parents' house. Yeah, so I just wanted you guys to do that. And then now let's say all these are solar up here, right? And then I wanted to, so let's do a rectangle. Right, so I'll draw here. Hello. It doesn't have to be on point, because sometimes when, because it's a satellite that's taking the picture, so then sometimes it will like kind of take it at an angle. So that's why this part is a little bit more in, and then buildings are not made perfect too. So you do your hatch, and then say I wanted to say this is, you know, that's solar. So get something similar to solar, hatch it. That red, let's give it gray, and then let's do 3.
Nice, I think.
Let's do 10. Yeah. And then remember it's at the angle, so I wanted to rotate it. Gray is kind of like not really good too. So let's change it to, I'll do magenta. So something like that, you know. So you're like, oh, okay. So then you'll come here and make your legend, like how it's telling you. So do, and then you can also find it from here, table. Where did it go?
I thought we did TA for the hockey.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't show.
Yeah,
Usually
that
it
one,
gives.
that one, it did it on the, I don't know, on the back,
Oh.
that one, or the table on the last, the third.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it used to be an insert. And then so you come in here, do your table, press OK. Remember, we scale it up so your table is like super small. So let's do. So remember, we had to scale it up. So scale it, and then do like 20. Now it disappeared. Yeah. So 20 didn't really do anything. But what you can also do, because we're gonna learn how to do layout also. So remember in layout, you can change the scaling. So then you draw that and then say, I did. Solar panel, and then I put it at that. So when you click on it, it'll also bring you back to the hatch. So you can change it. See, like I could change it to dots, change it to earth. So then I had the hatch, sorry, hatch, and then object. So it was a Domlet. So that's the name of that hatch. So then now I know, okay, you guys came in, use that hatch. And then I know by just looking at this, I'll be like, okay, those are solar panels. So then layout, see how it's all combined into one? What are we gonna do is come here. We're gonna actually delete this viewpoint. And then we're gonna do view, sorry, it's usually VP, okay, yeah, VP, viewports. So then it'll be here, this one, viewports. So then you're gonna create a single, press OK, and then you're gonna do something like that, and then press enter again, single, here. So we can even shrink these up, and then say, I don't want this to be here, I actually want this to be that legend. So then we're gonna scale it up to 120, and then let's go find the legend. So get it close to it. So let's do 120. So then see like the legend, you can see it. So 120 is too big. Adjust it to 110, sorry. It's supposed to be 1:40. So something like that. And then you can shrink the viewpoint to that, just to show exactly that. But then when you do that, it doesn't, the viewport, it creates what a depth point. So then remember, depth point doesn't print. So we like to go a little bit, just a little bit over like that, something like that. So then you can actually get that to print. And then here, say I wanted to fit this view into here. So we're gonna come in here. You know that it's already like super big, because remember it was at 556 feet. So you will actually come down here and then do like 1, 2, oh, sorry, not 1, 200, 1, 2, 2.
Because you're just wanting to get the solar panel part. Or are you wanting the whole picture?
I think I wanted the whole picture. So you can actually come here, constant size, and then you're gonna add, and then let's say this is 1, 2, 500. So press OK, and it's up here, so press OK. And then now when you come in here, it's gonna be added on here. So 1 to 500. I guess I didn't want to do that. So
I
let's
don't think
do,
it's highlighted, that's why.
yeah, it is.
Oh.
So let's see, it doesn't move.
Oh.
I guess it doesn't like me. So let's do, see, like it's just making it bigger.
Go back to 1 to 1, see if it does.
So see, like it's zooming in. So it looks like it's at 1 till.
Something small.
Let's do. Oh, see, it's not changing anything. Oh, there it goes. So let's do 3 to 16. No. So just play around with the scale here. And then let's see, 3 through 2. Okay, something like that. And you can always, like I said, move it to get those points. Say I didn't want this, so I can just cut it off. And then the viewport would just print whatever you have in the highlighted box. And say I didn't want these parking lot, I just wanted the building. And then I can shrink it down and say I wanted to show a street. Well, actually I didn't get a street, so say, yeah, so something like that, move it. So when you guys do print, I actually want a PDF of this. So when you guys print it out, it will actually show. So I know that you guys actually came in here, change your layer. So print, so continue to plotting. You're gonna do Microsoft print to PDF. And then we're gonna do preview, and it's gonna give you.
And
So
that's what
now,
you want.
so now my actual viewport shows and stuff. If you guys just came and did a snippet of it, then you're gonna have to cancel. See, like if you guys did a snippet, then the legend is so tiny I can't read it, or you guys will have to snip the legend and that. So then do a PDF print, and so I know that you guys are able to actually do your scaling too. Does that sound good?
Did you record this?
Yes.
So you can pretty much, if you scale it 1 to 1, you can kind of get the area of that square panel, and if you got the dimension of the panel, you can know how many panels.
Yes.
Probably in the back, right? That
Yeah. So you can definitely get like, say like, you know how there's like a bunch of panels, so then you don't want to like, you know, just come in and count the panels all day. You can actually do the length of a panel and then multiple it, and then you'll know exactly, okay, this area needs that much panel, this area needs that much panel. And you can also like check the distance. What is the distance between here? And then you can also come zoom in. What is the distance between panels? So it's about 2 feet. So those are some pretty cool tools you guys can use. Okay, do you guys have any other questions or?